Good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. Today, you have the Rhino flying solo. We will be reviewing Griffon Ale Rousse from McAuslan brewery in Montreal, Quebec, on Rue St. Ambroise, or St. Ambrose Road. 4.5% alcohol. Now, I know it's been a long time since I've been in French. I mean, I took French up till grade 10. I was going to do it till grade 12 to get a bilingual certificate, but I was a dumb kid and I gave up. Now, my thing here is on the back, this says Griffon Red Ale. On the front, it says Ale Rousse. Now, I always thought that rouge was red in French. I mean, that's what I was trained. That's what I was taught by all my teachers. Rouge. Clifford the Big Red Dog, Clifford le Grand Rouge Chien. I don't know. Water, malted barley, toasted wheat, and hops. Toasted wheat. Ooh, that's something slightly exciting. But yeah, other than the rouge and rousse thing, everything on the back that was in French looked normal. Sorry about shaking the camera there. That's the problem with having to have a camera on the table instead of the floor. You guys wanted better sound? We got better sound, but the camera needs to be closer now. If any of you collect bottle caps, it's not a bad bottle cap. I don't know if the camera can see it. I'm blind. I can't see my little screen. It has a Griffon. It says McAuslan. All that fun stuff. Anyway, into the Bud Light glass again. Well, that is... I guess you could call it a red. I mean, it looks like a mixture between the amber and the brown spectrum. It could be a deep red. I mean, it sort of has that, like, Irish red setter look, but only when the light goes through it. When the light isn't going through it, it just has that very, 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 very deep amber beginning of the brown spectrum going on. It did have some nice head when it poured. It's pretty much gone now. You can bring it back a little bit by shaking it, but not all that much. Not too much carbonation in there. It makes me think this is going to be nice and soft. Let's give her the scent test. It does and it doesn't smell like a red at the same time. You do get a lot of cereal grains on there. I'm not going to say you get wheat in particular, even though it has the toasted wheat, but you can smell a lot of graininess to it. Whether it be the malted barley or the wheat itself, who knows, but the fact that it has the two cereal grains in there instead of just one, it's just fairly grainy. Probably full of gluten, so Carrie, you can't drink it, sorry. Very, very, very sweet malt on there. Very strong, up in the forefront. Really, you don't get much hops. You don't get much of anything other than the wheat, well, other than the grains and the beautiful malty aromas. I'm a big malt head, not a hop head like a lot of people are. And this beer has a nice, nice malted aroma. See what it tastes like. Not as soft as I thought it would be. It does go down easy. It is still pretty smooth, but there are some carbonation bubbles that dance on your tongue and are somewhat crisp. You do get that sweet malt at the beginning. It does kind of have a wheat beer feel to it. I mean, it feels more full in the mouth. You don't get any of the wheat beer tastes that you would normally get, like with whites and all that. So the toasted wheat must not be too much wheat in there, but it gives you that full feeling, the complete feeling. The malt's there at the beginning. Not as strong as you would think as it would be from the nose, but it's there. It does its thing. The end, this little tiny touch of sourness, and then you get the bitter hops. Bitter hops stick through for a little bit. I mean, they linger. They're still there right now, reminding you that you had a nice hoppy beer. It's not a bad beer. I try not to make comparisons of other beers in a review, but for those of you that drink reds, this actually tastes a lot like a Rickard's Red. More complete tasting, a little fuller feeling. Not quite as good on the finish, but the beginning of this beer is better than a Rickard's. The finish, not quite as good. Even the look and the smell are kind of reminiscent of Rickard's, other than the wheat that's in it. And again, I don't even know what I know that I'm not really smelling the wheat itself, but there is the grainy scent to it. So, it is fairly reminiscent of that. It's more expensive than Rickard's. Lower percentage alcohol. It does have a nice beginning taste. The finish, not the greatest. Truthfully, this is probably the first McAuslan product I'll give a low grade to. I'm going to give it a D. It is a 5.5. Yeah, we'll go 5.5 out of 10. I mean, it's better than middle of the road, but not by much. It's a worthwhile red. It's a serviceable red. There's just a lot of better red and amber ales out there that you could drink. I'd probably put this before the Keith's Red that everybody seems to love. But other than that, I'd probably go with another red if I was after a red. Thank you for watching the Albino Rhino beer review. I didn't drink very much of this. Good beer drinking to you. Have yourselves a very good night. Bye.